Good evening. So the first live session here on YouTube. So if I make any errors, it's because it's the first time. Okay, right. So I've got my coffee. I'm a bit nervous. Run with mug. Ready to answer some questions. I've already had a heap of questions sent in on Instagram. So I will be answering those as well. Okay, right. So I'm going to start the chat off with a hello. Okay, so if you are watching this evening, please do say hi. If you've got a question, let me know. I will try and answer as many as possible. There might not even be that many. So first of all, what I'm going to do is just go through a few questions that I have been sent on Instagram. Hello, James. Hello, Brett. Oh, you're in Colorado. So we've got some American people here already. That's cool. Hope you're both well. Hi, Kim. Hi, David. Yeah, wet and windy here too. I bet it's a bit blustery up in Scotland. And hello, Adam. Okay, so one of the first questions that I got sent on Instagram was about my goals, which was a really good question because this is Project Boston. It is about a big goal. And the question was, have I broken it down into any smaller steps or any smaller races of a shorter distance? Now, the simple answer to that one is no. For me, it is all about Boston. It's all about the marathon that I'm going for in October. And I don't really want to deviate away from that by concentrating on half marathons or 10Ks. These are all things that will kind of progressively come down as I'm doing as I'm going through the process of trying to qualify for Boston. And, you know, they'll come down and hopefully I'll do time trials and I'll do little bits like that. And hopefully races when they come up, but nothing kind of specific. So who else have we got here? We got Catherine, we got Emma. Enjoying watching your progress. Is Matt coaching you? Yeah, he's coaching me. I don't know if it would be allowed for me to go to anyone else, but with Matt coaching me, it's actually really good because he knows me better than anybody else. And I think one of the really important things when you are working with a coach is that you have good communication, that you understand each other, that they kind of know what works for you and what doesn't. So I'm in a win-win situation there. Apart from when I disagree with him and I want to do something, which he says I'm not allowed to do. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Emma. And another Emma. How has my week been? All right, actually, because the kids have gone back to school. So it's been a bit easier trying to fit everything in. Thank you for asking. I hope that your week's going really well too. Hello, Kim from Denmark. Nice to see you here this evening. Okay, so we've got some more questions here. I've got a question about strength training. If you've watched the vlogs, you'll know that I've mentioned that I've got a strength coach. I work with RL Performance with Reese. Now, the reason I've got a strength coach is because I want to make sure that I've got specific stuff set for me, for my goals and my weaknesses. And it's also an accountability thing that, you know, working with Reese, I kind of feel like I've got to do these sessions because they're put up like they are on Training Peaks or any other coaching platform. And it's just good to have somebody keep an eye on me. With regards to the type of strength I do, it changes each week. I progress through the month. So I build on what I start on at the beginning of the month, and then we build on that each week. But generally, you can look at things like back squats, deadlifts, lunges, plank variations, things like that. So just really solid movements to kind of get strong. Who else have we got here? We've got Ollie. Wet and windy Oxford. This weather, hey? It looked really nice at the beginning of the week. I thought that, you know, maybe spring was on the way, but Not yet. We've had this weather. Last night was horrific here. I think the kids woke up numerous times because they were terrified. It was so loud, and I've actually lost I've lost the roof of my mum's shed. If you have seen my stories or any of the vlogs, you see that the door's blown off from a previous windy episode, and now we've lost part of the roof. So that's handy. Hi, Stephen. Emma, if my partner coached me, I think we would end up splitting up. It's great that you have Matt there. Yeah, we work well together. I don't, we bounce off each other really well. And we don't generally have disagreements with training or coaching because I feel like Matt knows his stuff. So if he's telling me to do something, he knows what he's talking about, and double whammy, he knows me too. So yeah, I tend not to disagree with Matt when it comes to coaching. The only time that we come close to having a fallout is when he paces me for sessions or time trials. Sometimes I kind of want to smack him a little bit, but I do get a bit aggressive with the sessions. Yes, definitely. Yay for no more homeschooling, Ollie. It's been a hard slog. It's been really hard. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this time it was much harder. I feel like there was more pressure understandably from teachers. But kind of we didn't just go and play outside in the sun like the first time. Yeah, it was hard, really hard. But, we got through it. So yay. Hi, Steve. Hello, Andy. I hope your little one's well. I hope he's better. I know you've had a bit of a rough week. Hello, Matthew from downstairs. So Matt is currently keeping the kids quiet, or they're keeping him quiet. I'm not sure which way around it works really, but yeah, they're meant to be quiet at the moment. Emma, appreciated you vlogging your difficult week last week. Keep it real. We all get those weeks. Good to know. Good to not just record it when it's going well. Yeah. So I've spoken about this before. It is really important for me to keep it real and be authentic, because you don't know I'm putting myself out there on a platform, and I don't know who's watching and who's thinking that, if I put all the highlights, somebody could be looking at me thinking, well, why is she finding it so easy? Why is she doing this so well? How is it so easy for her? And that's hard to kind of look at that and start playing the comparison game. Whereas if you're kind of being real and being honest about how you're finding things, and other people can relate to that and know that if you're having a bad week, then that's totally normal, because other people have bad weeks too. And it actually ended up being 2 bad weeks, which is kind of the reason why I'm doing the first live now, because last week was a write-off as well. But I'll get into that. What's your favorite session of the week? Mine is short reps, not keen on long runs, but needs must. Yeah, I actually, I feel you there. My favorite sessions are the short stuff where I can really go at it. One of my flaws is that I can't pace kind of longer intervals very well. I'm really rubbish at pacing. And so I never think about the end of that interval. I'll go off thinking, oh yeah, this is a really good pace. I'm going to be able to do this for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever. And then, yeah, I really, really struggle. And then my intervals kind of gradually get slower. Whereas kind of the shorter stuff, so like 3 minutes on with a minute recovery, I really love that kind of thing. I can kind of gauge that quite well. That's my limit. Other than that, long runs, it's a session. I really enjoy a long run, just kind of going out there and switching off. I really enjoy a long run when I'm out. However, I really do get the long run fear every week. I build it up and I'm like, oh, I'm going to be out there for ages and it's a hard slog and blah, 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 blah. But actually, once you're out there, it's fine. It's really good. Hi, Jay. Are you targeting any races for this year? Just Manchester Marathon, maybe Abingdon. Not sure. I'm not sure when the places open up for Abingdon, but I am definitely I'm booked in to do Manchester. I kind of like the idea of doing Abingdon. I like the idea of doing a slightly smaller event. But I'm keeping a very open mind about it because we don't know what's going to happen this year with COVID, with lockdowns. You know, hopefully we're past lockdowns, but I can't see it being the end of lockdowns or restrictions, I should say. So yeah, just keeping an open mind with it all at the moment. But yeah, hopefully Manchester or Abingdon. Other than that, I think I would just enter races if and when they become available. Kind of if they're a time trial format, that's good for me. I enjoyed doing those last year, and we'll see where my training's at and what's open, I guess. But no, this is all a big, long build to the marathon. Hello, Tina. Do you have a backup goal? Would you be happy if your BQ didn't happen? Do you know what? If I can turn around and I do my marathon and I don't hit the time, but I know I've given everything that I could have given for this process. I mean, it's a long time. It's going to be 40 weeks in totals. But if I feel like I've given it my best shot and I don't hit BQ, absolutely fine with that. Absolutely. Because it doesn't mean that I'll not go for it. I'll go for it again. All I want to do is get to the starting line knowing that I have tried everything in my power to try and get this goal. And, you know, there's a massive, really big probability that I may not hit it. We'll see. But I'm going to keep the belief all the way through that, you know, I'm going to do it. And I've just got to go through the process. And yeah, just go through it. But yeah, you know, I won't be too disappointed. Kim, do you think adding the bike sessions has made a big difference? Yes. So for me, I can't run high mileage. And at the moment, I'm not running high mileage. I'm running about 32, 35 miles a week. The last 2 weeks, obviously not, where I've been poorly. And the bike sessions, firstly, add in volume. It's obviously not running. It's not the same thing as running, but it adds in volume, which is never a bad thing. Adds in that volume without the impact, which is really important for me and somebody who's injury prone like myself. And also it enables me to kind of do sessions on the bike as well, which I might not necessarily be able to do on foot. But yeah, I think it's brilliant. And I also think it's brilliant, like for your cadence and things like that. You can work on your cadence on the bike, which all kind of translates into your running. Right, I'm just, bear with me. I think I'm missing some things here. Hello, Serena, hope you're well. Gavin, we always look forward to your BQ blogs. Thank you, Gavin and Sophie. I enjoy doing them and I enjoy documenting the journey. Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? I mean, you know, as you know, some weeks are high, some weeks are down. I've had really good weeks and it's exciting. And the way I see it with the BQ vlogs is that by documenting this, I've always got kind of my vlogs to look at and look back on. And if you guys enjoy it at the same time or you get anything from it, that's cool too. What we got here? James, what's your post-run recovery routine plan? Have a coffee and then run after the kids. No, basically, if it's a session, then I'll have a shake, something to eat, coffee, or a long run. And that's as far as my recovery goes. I do try and, I can't even say that I stay off my feet because, you know, I'm a parent, as parents know. If you're running around after young children, and Harry is very young, he's, you know, he was 12 months, a year old in December. So he's, you know, he's a proper toddler, he's running around. But the kids need your attention. You can't really just say, you know what, Mummy wants to go and sit on the sofa and rest her legs for the afternoon. So I don't really do anything like that. But, you know, I do try and make sure that I refuel, you know, and hydrate. That's really important. Not so much for the easy runs, you know, you can just have a coffee and get on with your day. But for sessions, I just make sure that you're refueling, hydrate, and then crack on. Hey, Susie. Things will get better. Yes, hopefully. Lizzie, I think you do an amazing job to balance mum life and training. Oh, thank you, Lizzie. Lizzie, is an amazing runner. I'm sure some of you would have seen her on my channel before. Lizzie is runner of 4. And she's also a busy mum with 4 children and also super fast. So she is kind of goals. But thank you, Lizzie. I have actually had a question about balancing mum life and training. I find it a bit of a difficult one because sometimes I think I'm a bit selfish, that I prioritize training, not over my children, and not at all. I'm not saying, training comes first and my kids, come after. But the way I see it is my training is me time. So it is a selfish priority. But it's a difficult one because we're all in different circumstances. I'm really lucky that I've got a really supportive partner in Matt, who is also, a runner, and it's kind of our life. It's our life personally, with our goals and ambitions, but also for work in a lot of ways. Matt's a coach, content and all sorts of things. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is I make time. And I think when you're a parent, you really have to concentrate on making the time. And sometimes that might mean prioritizing time to go and run and taking that time for yourself over other things. If you've got young children, it can be quite difficult. So I use the running buggy a lot. So does Matt with Harry. If we can't leave Harry with the other person, we use the running buggy. Bikes and scooters are good with the kids to take them out. But I'll be really honest, kind of when I go out, I want to go out on my own and kind of have that time away. So I just try and fit it in around the kids. Obviously, school and school runs and dinners and bath times and all of that comes first. And then if I've got any time where actually I can pop out for a run, pop out on the bike, then I'll take it. Hi, Chris. How's things? Yeah, but not too bad. We're getting back to normal this week, which is good. When is Manchester and when is Abingdon? They are both in October. I don't think Abingdon haven't released a date yet or online entry. I know that the places go quite quick, but they haven't. I don't think they've released it yet. I'm trying to keep an eye. But I think Manchester is, I should know this because it's my goal date, but I think it's 20th of October, maybe. It's definitely October. Hey, Kirsty. So Kirsty, you should all know Kirsty if you've watched the vlogs previously. She is also going for BQ. You are doing absolutely amazingly, and I have no doubt you will smash it. I feel exactly the same about Kirsty. Kirsty, you're going to smash it too. You are doing great. And we also share an amazing coach. Kirsty is also coached by Matt. What else have we got here? Okay, right. I'm trying to read through these comments. There's quite a few now. How are you finding your Whoop band versus your Garmin? Yeah, Serena, I'm finding the Whoop is offering a lot, different stats to the Garmin. So I will be doing a vlog on the Whoop. I'm still getting to grips with it. It's still kind of getting used to my metrics and stuff, but like the Whoop will give me my HRV and my heart rate and data throughout the day. And kind of sleep, it also kind of coaches you and tells you that X amount of sleep will be good for you and good for your recovery. It tells me how recovered I am. And so far it's been pretty spot on, now that it's kind of adjusted and gone through all of that. But I do kind of want to spend a bit more time using my Whoop band. But yeah, I'm finding it really good. It's liking me at the moment, which is nice. I don't know if that's because I'm having an easy week. So I'm building the volume back up this week. But I haven't done anything too taxing kind of for my heart rate or anything like that. So yeah, it's liking me at the moment. Even last night when I got 5 hours sleep because of the kids waking up with the wind. Stephen, what do you predict your weekly mileage will top out at as you get closer to race day? Okay, that's a really good question. So at the moment I'm between 32 and 35 miles a week. Previously I've run kind of like 50 miles a week and I find that really good. So I do kind of want to build up a lot more volume running wise, not kind of using the bike as well. So hopefully kind of, I mean, it depends on it depends on how kind of my body adapts as I'm going through the process, but definitely hopefully back up to the 50-mile range. And then we'll see if my body holds out at that. It's all about kind of finding the right mileage for you where your body doesn't break, but it provides enough kind of mileage for you to get through a time. And it's different for all of us. We all have different levels of volume that we can hit before we start breaking down, or a certain volume that makes us that little bit faster. So yeah, I'll play that one by ear with Matt. Kate, did you find it hard coming back after your recent stress fracture and starting that first run? Yeah, absolutely. I think you can kind of do the cross training through a stress fracture, but kind of replicating running is a different thing entirely. I think one of the things that I found hard was firstly being patient and doing run walks. You have got to be patient. You can't kind of bully yourself back from a stress fracture. You've got to take it really steady and make sure that your body is handling whatever you're doing, that you're not having any negative effects, that things aren't starting to hurt again. So yeah, I found it hard with the patience side of it. I found it hard. Anxiety that I wasn't fully healed, and that that it would break again or something would happen. I mean, I've come back from 3 stress fractures now, and they're not the easiest to come back from. But the thing is, coming back from stress fractures or pregnancy or anything like that, you soon get back into it. So kind of it is hard, and it does take a couple of weeks, takes a few weeks, takes a month, whatever it takes, but you do get back into it. Running's one of those things that you can not do it for a long time, and yes, you might lose a bit of fitness, and you may feel a bit awkward when you come back to it, but it comes back to you. It's like riding a bike. Emma, what time do you need for BQ? I think I need 3:35, but this is BQ, so really I need to be going for 3:30 to make sure that I kind of get in there. Maybe even faster than that. I don't know. The standard is just getting faster and faster, and so you could get your 3:35, which should get you in, but you could just be nowhere near. So I'd rather be too fast than kind of on the line and then find out that I've not got in. Gemma, I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you too, Gemma. So again, Gemma's another person that has been on the channel. And we love Gemma and her faces when she's doing her time trials. If you haven't watched Gemma's time trials or her run with interview, you need to go and watch it because she is fab. I love you, Gem. Okay, Natalie, donuts. Oh, always donuts. And I've actually been asked a lot. Some of the questions that I got asked was about nutrition, diet, fueling, donuts. Yeah, if you could be fueled just by donuts, I'd be amazing. I'd be elite. Mrs. Oliver from my daughter Poppy. Oh, hello, Joe. What are your favorite trainers? Well done. You're doing amazing with your amazingly well with your trainer. So hi, Joe, and hi, Poppy. Poppy is an incredibly talented young runner. She's really exciting to watch. And Joe, obviously you're a great runner too, but Poppy is, yeah, she's really exciting to watch. Favorite trainers depends. Everyday trainer is probably the Infinity Reacts. Although I have been wearing the New Balance V80 11s. I'm getting confused with what they're called, but yeah, definitely Infinity Reacts. New Balance are creeping in there a little bit. Session wise, fast stuff, it's got to be the Vaporflies. Although I've just started using Alpha Flies for sessions. I really loved the turbos, the Nike turbos, but mine have fallen apart. So I'm trying to find kind of another session trainer, because the Vaporfly and Alpha Fly, they're such an expensive shoe. And I thought I was getting Vaporfly to save for races, but there's been no races, so I've been wearing them not only in recent sessions. Yeah, but really, I mean, I have actually got some endorphin speeds coming, which I'm going to try, which I'm really looking forward to trying them too, because they're meant to be really good. When parkrun returns, will you use those sometimes for 5K progress check. Absolutely. And that was one of the things that I was doing when I was coming back on my postpartum journey before everything got shut down, was seeing each week how I was progressing at the 5K at parkrun once I'd built back up. But I think it's a lot easier to go for a 5K at parkrun than a 5K solo around a lake. So it would be, it'd be nice to have a crack at it sometimes and see how the 5K time's developing. John, hi Kelly. When you start a training session, what do you aim to have your blood sugar readings at? You're a total inspiration, by the way. Thank you so much, John. Okay, so I try and have them a bit lower because I find that sessions and the harder work actually make my blood sugars shoot up. So it's a little, I think it's very individual with your blood sugars, what works for you, because we all kind of like drop at different paces. We all kind of increase at different paces. And some of us react differently to aerobic stuff, anaerobic stuff. But I tend to try not to be any higher than 10 because they do creep up. And quite often I've finished parkrun kind of not very well with my blood sugars really high, where I've gone out and I've tried really hard, but I've kind of not thought about it and started at my levels like at 11, 12, sometimes 14. And it's just shot up into the 20s because of the effort that I'm putting in at parkrun. So I do try and start kind of 10, which obviously isn't low, but 10 kind of works for me. 10, yeah, on the verge. It also depends, whether I'm doing it in the morning or in the afternoon. It's there's a lot of variables with your blood sugars. Susie, it's very impressive to have such aggressive goals when you have little kids. It's very inspiring. Thank you. It's yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, we're tired all the time. And sometimes I'm thinking, I've got to put in so much to do this. And I've kind of got to be careful because I can't recover or kind of rest as well as other people may be able to. And I've got to keep in mind that whilst I'm trying to go for a really, really big goal, that, being a mum comes first and everything that comes with that. So, I mean, it's a juggling act, but also I'm the kind of person that loves to be busy. I'm the kind of person that just loves to be doing things and kind of have all of that energy all the time. So, yeah, I enjoy it. It's a challenge, but it's not a challenge that I dislike. Okay, so total mum guilt for long runs at the weekends. Honestly, mum guilt is so normal. So is dad guilt, I guess. It's not just restricted to mums, but I'm a huge, huge advocate for parents taking time for themselves. And I think that the best I can be or you can be is by looking after yourself. And I think you can forget that sometimes being a parent, and your children obviously come first, but you can neglect yourself mentally and physically. And I just think that when you do feel a little bit guilty, just think, do you know what? I'm taking time out for myself to look after myself so I am the best possible me for my children. And do you know what? Okay, it might just be my kids, but I don't think they miss you anyway when you're gone. I think actually they're like, you went for a run. Oh, all right, nice. Okay. Might just be my kids. But yeah, mum guilt's a hard one. We all have it, but you've got to think that you're doing, the best thing for you and for them. Oh, hang on, I've just flown through a load. See, Matt's just put here. So he's put training makes you happy and is your time to yourself. A happy mum makes a good mum, which in turn leads to a happy home. We're all proud of you and want you to have that training time to yourself. Yeah, Matt's brilliant. I couldn't do without Matt. He just says, I mean, he's got to, because he goes out quite often. He does double days. So if he wants to go out, he's got to give me my time too. But yeah, I couldn't do it without Matt and his support. Chris, that running guy. Sorry, just tuned in at the supermarket. Oh, hope your shop's going well, Chris. When are you doing your 10K TT? Okay, so this week I just wanted to get back into consistency because I've had a couple of weeks kind of knocked about with the vaccine side effects or whatever it was, and some issues. So last week I was quite poorly. I was going to do it this week on Tuesday, just gone. But yeah, basically what I want to do first is just kind of get some consistency back, build the volume back up, not as gradually, obviously, but get some volume in. So I wouldn't say next week, maybe the week after. I think next week just kind of get a session or two in and then do the time trial the week after that, if that makes sense. But I'm excited to have a go at 10K because obviously I broke my 5K PB after 3 years, and I'm pretty confident that I can break the 10K. I'm putting it out there. Yeah. So might not do it now and it might fall flat on my face, but I've put it out there. Hi, BB. Is that how you pronounce your name, BB? Do you have a husband? If so, can you get him and kiss him, please? I should probably read these. Matt's probably watching somewhere. There you go. And he's not my husband. He is the boyfriend, the partner. Mariana J, I just nominated you for the Running Channel Leading by Example Awards. Thanks for inspiring me as a runner. Thanks for keeping it real. Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you very much for doing that. That's really kind of you. I find it a little bit embarrassing, a bit like I inspire people, but thank you. Thank you. It's lovely. Grant, just used the endorphin speed and they were great. Yeah, I've heard really good stuff about them. And I think I'm really looking forward to trying them. Although I ordered them, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago. And apparently certain stockists is still waiting for stock. But it's not too bad because I've got a 10% discount code off a purchase now. So I've just got to be patient again and wait for that. Oh my gosh, we've been here 31 minutes so far. I'm aware as well that there are some Instagram questions that I still haven't touched upon. And one of them was what Garmin do I have. So I use the 945 and it's amazing. It's really good for multi-sport. So if you do swimming and cycling and all of that sort of stuff, then it's really good. I really love this watch. I would say if you want a more running specific watch, perhaps not to go for this because it is all singing and all dancing, but it's also really expensive. And there's other cheaper models that will do the job just as well and still give you the coaching insights and everything like that and training plans that you can just get on Garmin Connect. See Chad Run. Is Matt a better husband, father, or runner? Asking for a friend. Well, he's not a husband, so that crosses that out, but he's a very good partner. He's an extremely good father. But come on, he's super talented, isn't he? He's a really good runner. So I don't know if I can answer that one. Answer that one. Maybe I might have to pass on that one. Let's just say he's good at it all. I'm going to give him a big head, actually. Did you order any FOD Forest Dean runner merch, Andy? Yeah, I will do. I don't know when Andy's opening it up again, but yeah, we'll have to get our hands on one of Andy's vests, especially for the summer. Now the nicer weather is hopefully coming. Adam, how are you finding the Alpha Fly? PS endorphin speeds are great. Yeah, I heard that. The Alpha Fly, yeah, I enjoyed them. I've used them for a session and I've used them for a long run. I think they're really good for a long run on the road. Obviously not on the trails. I wouldn't take them on the trails, although I think Matt takes some of his Vaporfly on the trails. But yeah, I enjoy them. I still prefer the Vaporfly, but I think I need to do a few more runs in the Alpha Fly to kind of get a better feel for them. But I have got to say that I wore them for a long run and they were really good. And the bonus of wearing them was that my legs weren't as beaten up from that run. So yeah, that was really good. What have we got here? Hannah, I discovered your vlogs a few weeks ago. I'm a busy mum too, as we have a lot of stress with our ASC daughter. Making time for training keeps me sane, absolutely. And it goes back to kind of what I was saying. In order to be kind of there for your kids and be the best version of yourself, then you've got to take time to look after yourself too, because so many people rely on you, and the little ones, they are relying on you. And like I'm not great if I haven't run and I haven't exercised, then I'm not. I'm definitely a little bit more narky, and I haven't got as much patience, and I just don't feel good. So and kids pick up on stuff like this. The kids are they're magnets for this kind of stuff. So I've been asked about stretching. I'm just gonna have a sip of my coffee because it's going cold. Although this is a danger coffee at 7:35 in the evening. Okay, what strength? No, I've done that one. So it's the stretching. Okay, how much stretching do you do post-run? None. Yeah. I think if you want to incorporate stretching, I think one of the best things that you can do, and one of the things that I found really helpful for me, was yoga. If you can take time out to do some yoga now and then, or do a few, I don't know, bust out a few yoga moves in front of the TV while you're watching something. Yeah, yoga's good. Stretching, I'm just not good at stretching. I know people will do it, religiously, but no. I think personally, I think that making sure that your strength training is a bit more important than stretching. Okay. Let's have a look. Have you read Joe Pavey's book, This Mum Runs? Easy read, highly recommend. No, I haven't read that one. I have had a book come today that I'm going to read. So this one, Limitless, is that back to front? We have got so many running books, but I think we've got Joe Pavey's, but I haven't read it yet. Maybe it might be one that I need to download on Audible. Grant, with regards to the training, what are the distances of all your sessions? They vary. It totally depends what kind of session it is, or how long it is, or how many reps it is. So yeah, it varies. There's not really one answer for that. Even if you call a long runner session, that can be obviously double figures, and then you can have the short stuff if you're doing, tempo threshold stuff. It's all different. I'd love to go and get him, but he is watching Harry downstairs, and the children. So probably best not to let them loose. Best, Dan, I like this question. Best donuts for running. I love a Krispy Kreme. And you can get them anywhere now. You can get them at garages and services. Not that we're traveling anywhere, but you can just pick them up really easy. Although if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I do like to get the odd box of donut time delivered as a treat. But I'll tell you what, one of the best ones is Lidl do really nice donuts, actually. Lidl and Tesco, the strawberry ring ones are really, really good. Used to be custard donuts from Tesco, but they've changed the flavor of the custard now. It's not the same. So yeah, the strawberry ring ones from Tesco are really good. Hello, Natalie Hombrado. Hi, loving this chat. How are the kids with running car? Are they keen on coming out with you? Do you know what? No. So Alice is, so she's 5, and she likes to kind of go out, run hard and fast, and then come back home. She's done. She also likes going out in the running buggy, but she is a monster in that, and it's really hard to push her around. So I've just got her a new scooter. Hopefully that's kind of like a nice meet in the middle that she can come out and run, and then hop off it, do a bit of running, then get back on it, and we can go home. But yeah, the teenager she's not keen on running. That's absolutely fine. She'll come out on the bike sometimes. And Arthur, I mean, he's turning 10. He's more into football and Fortnite. So yeah, unfortunately, not at the moment. But I say unfortunately, they can do whatever they want to do if that makes them happy. I don't presume that they will want to do running or enjoy it. They take an interest. They understand lots of things to do with running. They enjoy going to races and things like that. But yeah, as far as participating, it's just Alice a little bit. I think Harry maybe Maybe he started running already, and he's quick. He takes after his dad, but maybe Harry. We'll see. We shall see. Hi Kelly, are any more episodes of Run With planned? That was another question I got asked on Instagram. Me and my girlfriend really enjoyed, was it you that asked it on Instagram? Really enjoy all of the content on yours and Matt's channel. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching. Yes, Run With will be back. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, with lockdown and trying to juggle homeschooling and training and everything else, I kind of just wasn't really feeling Run With, and I wasn't feeling the whole Zoom thing. But the good news is, as long as everything is open and we can move around freely again in April, which fingers crossed we can, they are resuming. I have got some amazing guests lined up, and they've kind of been put on the back burner for a couple of months whilst we've been in lockdown again. There were quite a few plans before we went into lockdown, and I'm just waiting now until things are open back up again. Kind of feel like, now I'll get back to enjoying doing the interviews and getting back into that, because I we've got some amazing people coming up. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. But yeah, Run With's good, right? If you haven't watched it and you're watching this now, you should go and have a look through the playlist, and go and watch some episodes. Kim, would you and Matt consider doing a podcast? I think it would be great. We actually did talk about it at one point, doing a podcast, and then everybody started doing podcasts in lockdown. And we were kind of like, do you know what? There are other people doing it much better than we could. And we've got enough on our plate at the moment, so perhaps maybe not do it. But we did talk about doing a joint podcast. Yeah, maybe one day, but we'll see. We will see. Okay. James, who would you like to interview for Run With that you haven't yet interviewed? There's a few people that I'd like to interview, but I'm waiting because I've approached some of them. So we shall see. But if you have any suggestions of who you'd like to see on Run With, then you just have to let me know, and I will try and get them on, obviously. But the good thing with Run With is there's so many different kind of areas within the running community, and there's just so many different kind of guests that we can have on. We can do trail, we can do road, we can do fast, we can do anything. So yeah, if there's anybody that you would like to see, then just let me know. Good evening, Rachel. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for this. Do you have an idea of what your longest marathon training run will be, and whether you will do more than one at that length? No idea yet. I'm not there yet. So I should think maybe 20 miles. I think it will depend on how long it takes me. So I think basically I will be kind of topping out at a maximum of, say, 3 hours or whatever it is that Matt sets me, but whatever distance comes in that time. Maybe 3.5. I mean, I'm not gonna, yeah, maybe, I don't know, probably 3. But there's a certain point, there's a certain point with your long runs that if you're going over a certain amount of time at this is different to ultra training, but if you're doing marathon training and you're going beyond a certain amount of time on your feet with your runs, then you're just going to start breaking down. So more than like a set distance, I'd rather look at it as time on feet, or time at a certain level or exertion. Do you like trail or road running more? Do you know what? I like both. Absolutely like both. I adore trails. Trails are they were my thing. Obviously now I'm trying to kind of get to road. I guess if you had to really make me pick one, it would be trails. Because I just think trails are beautiful. I think that it takes the pressure off. It's a different kind of running. And you get to see some really amazing views and scenery. And there's nothing bad about trails apart from too much mud. Really, like, I can't deal with it. I don't mind a bit of mud, but too much. But road is a completely different thing again. I mean, you can go faster and you can do all the speedy stuff. And then you've got kind of like your big road races, which, I want to do them all. I want to do the 6-star, be a 6-star finisher. I've done Berlin, London, And that's it. I was supposed to do Chicago, but I didn't get there. But yeah, so I like both. But if you had to kind of pick one, it would be trail. Good evening, Claire. Hi, Kelly. Do you care what people think of your times on Strava? Absolutely no. If anybody is looking at my Strava and going deep into my times and has anything to say about it, I think that says more about them than it does about me. I used to care, and I used to run too fast all of the time, too fast for me, because I was worried about what it would look like on Strava. And do you know what happened? I broke numerous times because I was never doing easy. I was, I was running for other people on Strava, and that's not the way to run. If you're worried about what other people are thinking of your runs on Strava, then you need to come off it. And also, I think Des Linden said it on Twitter, but she put up a photo, and it was true. It was kind of like, a person looking at your Strava might see that you ran so many miles in so many minutes at whatever pace, but they don't know the surface that you're running on, the conditions you were running in, how you felt that day. Strava shows you kind of the stats, but they don't show you anything else. So yeah, I don't, yeah. Do you think there will be a 2022 London Marathon? My wife and I want to run it for 30th anniversary next year. I really hope so, Brett. I think there's no reason why next year we can't be back to normal, especially kind of with vaccines. Hopefully, if it becomes an annual thing, like they're talking about, kind of like your flu jab and stuff, and we can keep things in check. All we can do is be positive and hope that, things return to normal soon, whatever normal will be. But, racing will be back. It's just when. See, Brett, Chad said you're a local legend. Okay, Claire, what's my top tip for running easy? I've also been asked this on Instagram. Easy running. Okay, there's a couple of things. So I only have, when I'm running easy, I don't look at any details on my watch, apart from my heart rate. You can even go without your heart rate, but I wear a chest strap and I keep my easy pace within a certain heart rate range. And we've actually just lowered that. We're taking it back a little bit because my maximum heart rate isn't that high. So we're actually just playing around with my easy pace a little bit at the moment, and taking it back. So yeah, I run to heart rate, but you can run to feel. So if you're doing your easy run, you should be able to have a conversation. Now, obviously, you may not always be running with somebody. It can be really hard to tell whether you can have a conversation. So, if you're listening to music or whatever, if you can sing a few lines of a song out loud, then yeah, you're good. Easy should feel just like that. It should feel like you can just keep going and going and going and going and going. And, you're not feeling out of path. One thing that I tell myself with easy running is, when I think I'm doing easy, is to back it off again. So easy. But yeah, easy. If you get it right, you finish and you feel good, you feel refreshed. You'll know when you've got your easy pace, because you'll feel like you can just keep going. Let's have a look. Stephen, when did you start running and what got you into it? Sorry if you have mentioned before. Okay, so I started running back in 2016, and originally it was couch to 5K, and it was kind of to lose a little bit of weight after having my daughter, but also to get fit. I'd set a really big challenge to do the Three Peaks. The Three Peaks Challenge, which is the three highest peaks in the UK within 24 hours, so Ben Nevis, Snowdon and Scafell Pike. And I just wanted to get fit for that. So I was doing that in memory of my son. I do a lot of things in memory of him. So obviously Project Boston is in memory of Preston, and that was it in his memory as well, raising funds for Sun. So I set this huge challenge to do the 3 peaks, but I was really unfit. I hadn't, I've never, as an adult, I've not really been an active person, but so I was really unfit. Overweight from after having my daughter. I hadn't just had her either, like she was, can't think how old she was, but she wasn't just a little tiny baby. So yeah, I just started Catch 5K, and it's bizarre. So it was in order to get fit for something else, a different challenge, and then it just turned into kind of my main thing and what I love to do. Do you use your watch for heart rate or a separate heart rate monitor? What feels like easy for me still seems like quite a high heart rate according to my watch. Yeah, so generally with watches, if kind of as you're going about your everyday thing, they're pretty accurate. Once you start moving, a lot of things can affect your heart rate if it's just wrist-based. So the most accurate way to measure your heart rate whilst you are running is to wear a chest strap or an external, you can get them for your arm, you can get them a chest strap. I wear a chest strap. That's accurate. And, before now, I've noticed huge discrepancies between my watch and if I go wrist-based or whatever. But yeah, so a lot of things can affect your heart rate with wrist-based. So it's worth thinking about investing in a heart rate monitor chest strap. They are really worth it. And it'll match up your heart rate with your easy pace. Let's have a look. Just making sure that I get all the Instagram ones. Okay, another bike related one was what do I do on the bike? So generally each week I would try and do 1 or 2 sessions, an endurance ride, and then the rest of it easy. Really easy stuff like zone 2 heart rate. Really good for like recovery and just fleshing the legs out, that sort of stuff. The sessions on the bike varies, depends. You can do some really simple sessions on the bike. So you can do kind of like a minute on, a minute off, like you would running. Again, you do need to kind of pace yourself. I tend to go a bit too fast for those minutes, but you can even do it shorter. So you can just do 30 seconds of hard effort on the bike and then have a minute recovery. Or like a pyramid session or hills. So any of them would be sessions. Right. Okay. Right. So let's have a look. Oh my gosh. 52 minutes. I like that message. So Susie has said, I have a 5-hour 23, 4-hour 57, 4-hour 38, and my qualifying time is 3 hours 50. I think anyone can achieve aggressive goals. Just keep showing up. Absolutely. Like, I don't think anybody can have a goal too big. Just go for it. All you can do is go for it and find out what happens. Advice for tight hamstrings. Yoga. Yeah, it sounds frustrating, Tommy, but I'd have a look. I'd have a good Google, get on YouTube and have a look at some hamstring stretches or some yoga stuff. Okay. I'm just reading some of these, sorry. Okay, any tips for practicing elevation in lockdown? I'm sure we've all got a hill near us, so get up the hills. You can keep running up and down the same hill if that's what you want to do, or if you've got a treadmill, whack up the incline. Okay, right, so we're just going to wrap up. Oh, that's a good question. Best time of day you'd like to train? It's a bit of a luxury, but when I can run kind of like late morning, lunchtime is really nice. It doesn't really happen like that. It's either got to be morning or the evening or afternoon, but I'm more of a afternoon, evening runner. I just can't function in the mornings too early. I've really tried, and huge kudos to people that can get up in the mornings and kind of get out there and get their runs done. I can't, not at all. Hello, lots of hellos. Okay, right. I'm just having a little scout through. There are a few other little bits and pieces, but it has been 55 minutes, and I do need to kind of take over from Matt now, because this is one of the things that we kind of have to do. So like now Matt will go for his second run on the treadmill. One of us is usually working out late. We juggle the bedtimes and all the rest of it. So yeah, I've kind of had my slot now. Almost. Okay, right. Thank you, Emma. It's been really, really fun. I've really enjoyed this, and I'm hoping to kind of do the live chats a bit more, maybe kind of like a monthly check-in. Perhaps we could do it next week's time of my birthday. We could wear birthday hats because, lockdown birthdays and all of that. Good evening, Benjamin. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's been wonderful talking to you all. If you are watching and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. It just means an awful lot for the support from all of you guys and everything, and all of you following along. It's really, really good. Sorry, I can see that there's some late comers. I will be doing this again, so don't, no stresses. And if you think of any questions for next time, let me know. Yes, definitely doing more of these. So maybe just like a monthly check-in. I mean, we've got quite a way to go until Boston. Boston is in October, so we can fit in a few more lives. And obviously, if there's anything that you want to know, you can send me a message on Instagram. I do try and get back to everybody on Instagram. It's a little bit manic in the DMs on Instagram. Sometimes I feel like maybe people think I'm being a little bit rude. I try to get back to everybody. I really, really do, but it can get lost. But yeah, we'll do this again, and then everybody can kind of like, we can all get together and just see each other. And I mean, I've got a really cold coffee now. I'd have to start using Matt's sign off. I think he's got a new sign off, something about I'm off to get a coffee. But thank you guys. Donut would be lovely, but I'm trying to nail down my nutrition a little bit. Donuts are more treats now. Okay, right. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining in. And I'll speak to you all soon.